The USA will be the focus of World Update 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, with the update releasing later this year. A new closed beta for the sim is also due to begin very soon, and this one will focus on VR. Sign-ups are now open. There's also further news, so let's take a look. Easily, the most requested feature for Microsoft Flight Simulator has been virtual reality. Whilst this didn't make it in at launch, it is on the way. Microsoft then are launching a new closed beta to assist with the testing and development of the VR update. Sign-ups are now open, and if you want to join, you can find a link in the video description. That said, Microsoft were very clear in stating that not everyone will be accepted into the beta, so simply signing up doesn't guarantee involvement. There are a few requirements for sign-up though. One is agreeing to the NDA. 2 is meeting the minimum specifications, which are on the screen right now. And of course, anyone who wants to sign up will need to own both Microsoft Flight Simulator as well as a VR headset. The beta will be split into 2 phases. The first phase will focus on Windows mixed reality headsets, with the second phase set for additional VR headsets. Asobo Studio have said the closed beta will likely begin in late October or early November. Now, World Update 1 released this week, providing a complete overhaul of Japan. World Update 2 is already lined up and scheduled for release later this year. The second World Update will focus on the USA. If it follows the path already set by Japan, then it likely means new terrain height maps. In fact, Asobo did confirm new terrain meshes for the update for the USA, and new photogrammetry cities as well. And just like the Japan update, there will hopefully be a number of other things in there as well, so looking forward to hearing more about that. Asobo Studio have also confirmed that World Updates are going to be a regular ongoing feature, with a new World Update releasing every 2 to 3 months. This is very good news, as it means that sooner or later there's a chance that many countries will receive some type of update. Now, sim updates. These will be aimed to focus on the requests and issues that have been raised in the forums. There's no info yet on exactly when the first sim update will arrive, but I suspect it's not too far away. In a recent Q&A with the Asobo Studio, they talked with Microsoft and the audience about the development progress on a number of items that are currently on the feedback wish list. So essentially then a status update on where these things are currently at. So I'm going to go through each of these in turn, and we'll have a look at what's going on there. So the press any key when the game launches is an easy fix apparently, and something that Asobo will be removing very soon. Asobo are also impressed with the community developed fly-by-wire mod for the A320, and this is something that they want to help support by making it more people aware of it. They're currently looking into whether or not they can help with publishing this themselves on their in-game marketplace, perhaps as part of the freeware section, but they don't know just yet. It's something they're going to have to look into, and yes, they did confirm there will be a freeware section at some point. Scenery updates created by the community also in relation to this. Asobo want to be able to support this with the freeware section, however they don't know just yet when that's going to arrive. The much requested replay feature, this is something that is possible in the dev build of the game, however it does require 2 computers to achieve. Asobo know that it's something that people do want, so they are aiming to add it into the sim at some point. It is high though on their list of things to add, so hopefully this will be sooner rather than later. Remembering people's ATC call signs is another easy fix that Asobo will be adding, so there's that. DirectX 12 of course is a big one, and something which I know many people want an answer to. The purpose of DirectX 12 then, as Asobo stated, is not to deliver improved performance. That won't be a part of it, or maybe if so, but not as a major focus. However, the main aim for DirectX 12 is to add new graphical effects as well as ray tracing support. There's a full team working on the DirectX 12 update, and whilst Asobo can't give a time frame for this, it is something that is in development. Now, the NavBlue data that many people have been talking about is something that was announced before launch. Unfortunately, it didn't make it for launch, so it's not in the game just yet, but Asobo did say it is still on the cards and will be added in a future update. Also, Asobo are unsure about what to do regarding third-party access to developing the weather system. Will they allow third parties to manipulate that and do what they want with it? They seem to be a little reluctant to do this at the moment, but they did say it isn't off the table, so I guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Many people keep asking about multiple screens and multi-monitor support. It is something that people are keen to have, and it seems it isn't a totally easy thing to implement, at least based on the way Asobo were actually describing this in the recent Q&A, but it is something that is actively being worked on right now. In another area, metric units haven't been started yet, but it is something that will be added eventually. Now, on a much bigger question, on the question that is of the Garmin G1000 not being fully functional, this is something I've seen many people point out. At the moment, it's certainly quite limited. Asobo did go into this subject quite a bit. They said it's an area where they feel they have to walk a fine line. So, for an example, they used airliners as an illustration here, saying that if they went ahead and produced a study-level airliner, something that they haven't yet done, then they would be interfering with the types of products that third-party developers usually deliver. And Asobo seemed to feel really uncomfortable and unwilling to go and do that, saying that they wouldn't want to take business away from the third parties. But in regards to the Garmin system specifically, their approach up until now has been exactly the same, which is why those systems are not fully functional. However, Asobo have said that based upon the sheer volume of the community feedback regarding this, they are now changing their minds and will push the Garmin system as far as they can, with maybe just a few exceptions, saying that they obviously won't include every single page, as there are a lot of them, but they want to go as far as they can with it. Personally speaking, I think this is absolutely fantastic news. They're also going to add more radio towers and electrical pylons and other sort of landmarks for VFR. That's going to be coming over time. In regards to bugs specifically, the ATC has bugs which everyone knows. These are being worked on, but there's also some improvements that are going in specifically with the ATC and the text-to-speech. That's something that's not set in stone right now, but it's an area that Asobo say is being researched by Microsoft China, some new ATC speech. Glowing terrain texture, this is due to the lighting map not working correctly in some areas, as well as some other details which they did go into. If you want to see the technical parts, then do check out the full Q&A, but it's something that they are aware of and is something that's being fixed. And regarding these fixes and the speed of the fixes, Asobo have admitted they went a little bit too far, a little bit too fast with the initial patches. The first patch had over 700 fixes in, and Asobo were very keen to get as many fixes out as soon as possible. However, in doing this, they introduced more problems, and this is pretty much where we find ourselves right now. It's a mistake they want to avoid in the future, so they will be taking more time with the patches and also setting up a test group so that patches can be tested by the players before they go live. So that then brings us to an end of this video. Plenty to discuss there. Also, if you want to check out the latest dev update, that is also linked in the video description. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.